you want to create a business that will scale, that will not hit the invisible ceiling that's hampered by the founders having to have complete control and everything like that, and complete, their fingers in every pot, then the answer to the question really is going to be, it's about working on your workplace culture and your HR early enough that you can get it right from the beginning, doing it right from the start, so that way you can actually start to see that scalability growth, because nothing's being slowed down or bottlenecked by the owner founders having to, be the ones that push everything through, empowering, using the policies, procedures, the expectations, the workplace culture, training, all that sort of stuff, to allow the growth to happen through the people that you employ. And I think that if that's a priority for you, then starting as early as feasible and practical is going to be, when you should prioritize workplace culture and HR. And where that is a little bit trickier, because there's not one answer to it.
Well, I know it depends, TM, right? It's our standard answer. But I think it would be helpful to contrast two different conversations that I've had fairly recently. One is with a manufacturing company. We were talking about people and culture, because the work that we've heard from a lot of small and medium-sized manufacturers that they need more support. Like, HR is a big challenge in general. People and culture, they can't get to, because they don't even have a lot of the administrative support to handle the core HR functions. I was talking with a manufacturing company recently who, they're a fairly small business. They've got, around 27 to 30 employees. But they have just hired a full-time HR professional to not only to look at, yes, their administrative and structural pieces, make sure that they are meeting legal compliance. But, in our conversation, they also really wanted that person to take on a leadership role in developing the culture. They understood that it's going to be those processes that are going to get them to where they want to be over the next 2 years. They are taking a strategic approach of, do they need a full-time HR person for 30 employees? Probably not. But they're not planning to be 30 employees for the next several years. Their plan is to scale and grow. They're planning to actually add at least 30 to 40 in more positions over the next, 2 years. They want that growth. So they're putting the investment in place now to make that happen. Unfortunately, that's completely counter to another conversation that I had recently with a company, different industry, I won't say which, that they had just acquired, they had multiple sites already. They had just acquired a third site, and they were constructing a fourth site. They had the same type of goal in terms of doubling their the number of employees that they have, and their growth was really going to be driven through this acquisition model, because of the industry. That was a viable strategy for them. The problem was that they didn't have any of the structures in place currently. They understood the importance, but decided that what they wanted to focus on was not they wanted to get the administrative HR pieces handled, and then put all of their energy into continuing to acquire businesses, which unfortunately I have serious reservations about their long-term success, because I don't know if anybody listening has gone through a merger or acquisition, but it is messy. It is challenging, because you're taking an existing culture, an existing team, people who are used to working in a particular manner, and you're trying to integrate them into an entirely different way of doing things, right? Even if it's same industry, same city, a lot of similarities, the cultures, the way that things happen are going to be different. There's going to be conflict. You really need to have your ducks in a row before undergoing mergers and acquisitions, because wow, it is not easy. It is complex, and you have to be have really solid change management practices to accomplish that well. They're going to have they're going to make sure that their legal processes are in place, and that is important. But they haven't taken the time to build their people and culture strategy, and that makes me worry about their long-term success.